to today's video. So today I thought I would show you part 1 of my Nintendo Game Boy collection. Now again, this is going to have to be part 1 because I do have a lot of boxed and unboxed games to show you, plus of course my console. But let's go ahead and get started. So the first item that I have to show you tonight is of course the original Nintendo Game Boy console, which I believe came out in 1989. So what does that make that, like 35, nearly 36 years old, which is crazy. On here we have the very small square screen, and then of course this grey border, and it says dot matrix with stereo sound. And then here we have the battery logo, which turns red when it's powered on. Also, this screen isn't backlit, so you can't play it in the dark. But I don't know if on this console, but definitely on the Game Boy Advance, they brought out this accessory that plugged into the top and then went over your screen with a magnified screen and a light, so you could play it in the dark. But again, I don't know if they did it on this one, but definitely the Game Boy Advance, and I believe the Game Boy Advance SP did come out with a backlit screen. Regardless, down here we have the D-pad, which is black. Then we have the purple A and the purple B button as well. And then the grey start and the grey select button as well. And in the very bottom we have this very small speaker. Now on the top of this console we do have the power on and off button. At the side we have the AC adapter port and the contrast button to change the brightness of the screen. And then on this side we have the volume button and the extension connector, which I believe there was a wire you could get that plugged into this and then somebody else's Game Boy, and you could play multiplayer games together. And then on the bottom we have the headphone jack as well. Now on the back of this Game Boy, if we just put this down very gently, we have the cartridge slot right here. I believe that's the serial number. And then we have the model number DMG-01. And then here we have the battery compartment. And this does have some batteries in it because I used this for my last video. And then I did play on it as well. I played some Zelda and some Tetris on it. So that is the console. I'm going to go ahead and put a cartridge in and to show you the screen. So I've just went ahead and put a cartridge into the back, and that is what it looks like. Now I'm just going to turn this round. I'm going to try and get the screen. I'm going to tilt it a little bit, and we are going to turn it on. So as you can see then, that was lit up red, and then we had the Nintendo iconic sound coming down. So next up I'm going to show you some loose cartridges. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you these little plastic protector cases that you can pick up from most retro shops and probably eBay as well, and they're not that expensive. Although this was a long time ago that I started my collection, and I picked these up then, so they may well be quite expensive now. But we just have like this plastic shell that you can put a cartridge in just to protect it. And down here we have the Nintendo logo as well. Although the games are pretty sturdy, so I don't think you really need anything to protect it. So they just slot in like this, and then shut like this. There we go, all nice and protected. Okay, so as you just see, the first game I have to show you tonight is Tetris. Now this game is really good. It does get really difficult as the levels speed up, and then near the end it just gets completely impossible. It's coming down so fast you just don't have enough time to rotate your pieces or whatever. But this is kind of like Nintendo's columns game, I guess. is very common, and it did come with most of so if you bought a console with a game, this would probably be the game that you got, or Super Mario. But yeah, a fantastic game. And the next game I have to show you is a game that I did show you in my previous video when I unboxed the Nintendo Switch version. And that is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Now, I've been playing this on the Game Boy, and the difference in quality is amazing. But I don't know, just playing on old consoles is just so much fun. So that's The Legend of Zelda. Then we have Game & Watch Gallery, which comes with 4 or 5 different little mini games that you can play. And then we have Batman: Return of Joker. Now, I would absolutely love to get these games all boxed. I haven't bought a Nintendo Game Boy game for so many years. Most of my collections are ones from when I was really young and I started collecting. I've now moved out of home and I've got a mortgage and stuff, so I don't really tend to buy things anymore that are retro related. If I find something cheap, then I will pick it up. And then we have a Simpsons game, which is Bart versus the Juggernauts. And this cartridge is in pretty bad shape. As you can see, it's pretty discoloured. But these cartridges come apart very easy, so you unscrew this bit and then it comes in half and you can remove the game bit there, so the cartridge. And these are pretty easy to clean as well, which I need to do. But also this sticker is peeling as well. Next we have Garfield Labyrinth. I don't believe I've ever played this one before. I might have a go on this once I've finished filming. I do like a Garfield game. And the last loose cartridge I'm going to show you tonight is actually a yellow cartridge, and that is Donkey Kong Land 3. Not sure why they've done the cartridge in yellow, but I actually like it. It's a lot cleaner. I believe the grey does get discoloured pretty easily. Okay, so next up I'm going to show you some box games. So the first box game that I wanted to show you tonight is this Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition yellow version. Now, I don't know if you can see, but if you can hear that, this also has a plastic cover on it. Now, I believe with cardboard games you have got to put some sort of protection on them, because these get sun damaged so easily. They get bent, they just rip. I don't know, I just think the cardboard packaging is really nice, but it's so hard to look after. So I'm going to go ahead and take this plastic cover off and then show you the game. So here is the game. And again, I'm very lucky. I managed to pick this up in really good condition. Pokemon Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition yellow version. Now here is the back of the box. I'll bring that a little bit closer. It's time to face a new challenge. Let me just get that in frame. I'm all over the place. We have some screenshots from the game. Let's go ahead and take this out. So that's everything from inside the box. So with this one, it comes with a cardboard tray. And then, of course, something stuck to it just to make loads of noise. Let's just move the cartridge for now. So inside we have the manual. I can't remember where I bought this from, but they did put the manual inside this nice plastic bag. Let's go ahead and take that out. I'm really hoping this doesn't make too much noise, because I know plastic sounds can be quite harsh. I'm going to have to sort this bag out because it looks like it's opened up and it's now sticking to that box. I really don't want it to rip. So there we go, here's the manual. Let's go ahead and lay this down. It's got a little rip there, which you would expect. It's quite an old game. Okay, I'm going to have to bring this a little bit closer when I'm showing about Pikachu's mood. Using the Game Boy, I don't know why they've got to show you the controls, it's such a simple layout. And then getting started. Then we have the menu screen. And some items, some save buttons, the name, the options. Let's begin Pallet Town. Then it says Route 1, Danger, Wild Pokemon, Rattata and Pidgey. They're some of the most common Pokemon, you just keep getting them every time you walk through the grass, you just get the same ones. The rat in them, the pigeon is so annoying. You really have to get quite far into this to pick up any decent Pokemon. Then we have Viridian City and the gym as well, your first gym. And then we have Route 2. And then the Viridian Forest as well. And then Pewter City and Brock's Pokemon. So he's the first leader of the Pewter Gym. And he has Onyx down there. The adventure goes on, and then on this side it shows you some of the Pokemon leaders and the badges that you can get at the gyms. Then we have Oak's Memo, and then just some Pokemon here as well. Collect the Pokemon, Wild Pokemon, Event, Link, Rare Pokemon and Evolution Pokemon. And then here we have types of Pokemon, so fire, water and grass. And then a Pokemon type chart. And then we have the battle screen. Universal Game Link cable. And this is just how to set it up. So I guess this is the cable I was on about where you can play multiplayer. The Colosseum. Printing Pokédex data. Some of the techniques, items, so the types of balls you can get, the mystery items and the recovery items. And then Pokemon power-ups, field moving, special items and miscellaneous items. And then we have the hotline and the warranty right there. And then we just have the page where the English ends and then it goes into another language. I believe that could be German, but don't quote me, I haven't got a clue. So that is the manual. And then we have the cartridge, which is in this cardboard, and then this plastic as well. Again, I always worry about plastic sounds. So here's the cartridge with Pikachu on the front. I don't know why my camera's doing that. And again, this is a yellow cartridge, which makes more sense for this game because this is a yellow version. And you get like the blue version, which has a blue cartridge, and the red, which has a red cartridge. So makes more sense than the Donkey Kong one. So that was our first box game, which was Pokemon Yellow version. The next game I wanted to show you tonight is a fantastic little game, and that is Toy Story. I think this game came out around 1995, and they did other versions on the newer consoles as well, but this is a really good game. And as you can hear, the cartridge is rattling around in the bottom of that box. And then there's the back. So on the back we have Woody. And then some screenshots from the game as well. And let's go ahead and open this up. This box again is in really nice condition. So I was really lucky to pick that up in such nice condition. They are harder and harder to pick up now because they are getting so old. So if you can pick them up in good condition, you're really bits of paperwork in this one. So let's take that out and move the box. So let's move the cartridge. And let's move that as well. So first up we just have this epilepsy warning. I guess what that is, I'm reading the wrong side anyway, I think that's like the French version. And then we have the manual, which is smaller than the Pokemon one. So, table of contents. Heroes are made, not born, so we have Buzz down here as well. Getting started, and then the controls. Sorry, it's really hard to keep this one in the camera because it is quite a long book. The game screen and bonus items. Woody, Ham and Rocky Gibraltar. Car, Rex and Buzz Lightyear as well. Green Army Men and Mutant Toys. Toy Story World. So Andy's Room. Pizza Planet. And then we have Sid's Room. And the making of Woody. And then using your Super Game Boy adapter. So I do actually have one of these. You can put the Game Boy game into your Super Nintendo using this cartridge that just plops in the top, and then you put your game in. And then that's it, and then we go into another language, and I don't know what language that is. And then there's the back. This time the cartridge is in a cardboard box, but is in a plastic thing as well. I don't know if I've done that, because I don't think they actually come like that. Let's take out of that. So here is the cartridge. We just have Woody and Buzz on the front. So that was Toy Story. So that was our second box game of the night, Toy Story. Next up we have a Super Mario game. I don't think you can do a collections video for Nintendo and not show a Super Mario game. And this is, I don't know if it's a very popular game, but I absolutely love this game. It's fantastic. This is Super Mario Land 6 Golden Coins. It's got a really nice front cover as well. And apparently this is the Game Boy Nintendo Classics version. Again, the cartridge is wobbling about in the back of that. So on the back it says Temper Tantrum Tyrant seizes Mario Land. And then includes battery backup. So Game Boy pack for the use with the Game Boy Compact game system. And then just some screenshots from the game. Sorry, I just knocked my mic. And then inside, again this one is in a cardboard sleeve. Let's move that out of the way. And then let's move that out of the way. So again we have the epilepsy warning sheet. It's like a tongue twister then. And then we have the Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins instruction booklet. This one is very thin. This is a very long one. Table of contents. The story. So we have Wario there, and then Super Mario. Then we have the controls, as we always do. How to play. The game screen. Fire Mario, Super Mario. Bunny Mario. Invincible Mario, Aqua Mario, and Space Mario. Oops, sorry about that. And then the enemy characters, Battle Beetle, Grubby, Skeleton Bee, and Noco Bombette, Boppin' Toadie, and Spiky. And then we have Heavy Zed down here as well, who isn't an enemy. and then hints from Mario, and then the Mario Land map, and then on this side just the warranty, and that is the end of the manual. And then again our game is in a plastic box on the cardboard. So put that down for a second. So here's the cartridge. So that was Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Again, if you've never played this game, definitely give it a go, it's fantastic. And the last game I have to show you tonight is Kirby's Dreamland. Again, another fantastic Nintendo game. I absolutely love the Kirby games as well. Now this box is a little bit damaged, as you can see. It looks like someone's tried to stick sellotape or something on the top, and then it's peeled off some of the colour. But I'm still happy just to have these games in boxes because they are quite expensive to pick up now. Then on the back of the box, Kirby's Dreamland, Kirby to the rescue. Then we have some screenshots from the game, and that annoying tree that spits out apples and things, he's one of the enemies. Let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, so this is one of the games that comes with a plastic container. I may have to take this out off of camera because it's so loud. So that's the plastic container that I was talking about, and it would have been so loud to take out on camera. I'm going to put it down there without making too much noise. And then of course we have the manual, which is a little bit bent, so I'm going to have to put this under a heavy book to straighten it out a bit. So we have the table of contents, and then Kirby to the rescue, so a story about the game, and it looks like it's only the first 2 pages, so that shouldn't be too bad to sort out. Then the controller operations, so how to use the controls. Pretty simple stuff. Let's get started. So how to fight the bosses. And here's Kirby, so action 1, walking, action 2, inhaling, exhaling enemy, sorry. Then action 3 is flying, then we have beating up on the bad guys. Then Kirby's arsenal, so candy, bomb, microphone, spicy food, mint leaf, and bag of magic food. Pet brew, 1-up, warp star, and sparkling stars. And then the road ahead, so the different stages, so stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then stage 4, and then the final stage, which is stage 5. And then some hints, and then again the warranty, and that is the end of the manual. And the last game for tonight was Kirby's Dreamland. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and until my next video, good night everybody. Good night.